It finally happened. The Chicago Bulls have made a trade. They are trading Zach LaVine to the Sacramento Kings in a trade that also sends De'Aaron Fox to the San Antonio Spurs. So let's talk about this, people. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video. Talking some NBA here to talk about the NBA trade deadline, in which we have another big blockbuster trade after that whole Luka Doncic fiasco trade with the Lakers for AD. So here to talk about the Bulls officially moving off of Zach LaVine, folks. It finally happened. We actually made an in-season trade after God knows how long. I think it's been 4 seasons now. And so let me talk about the full trade here for you guys. So it is a 3-team trade between the Spurs, Kings, and the Bulls. The Spurs are getting De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin. The Kings are getting Zach LaVine, Sidi Sissoko, 3 firsts and 3 seconds. And the Bulls are getting Kevin Huerter, Zach Collins, Tre Jones, and their own 2025 first-round pick. All right, so we'll start with the Bulls side of things here before I get into the other teams, okay? Because that is obviously what we're mainly concerned with here. For the Chicago Bulls, as far as this return, it's not great. But honestly, folks, I'm not going to be hypocrite here. You can really only get what the market will give you, and I really don't like AK or ME, the front office execs for the Bulls, but we know Zach LaVine's contract has been the problem for a while, and I was not expecting the Bulls to get a home run back for LaVine, right? So taking a look at the players here, Kevin Huerter, Zach Collins, Tre Jones, and their own 2025 first-round pick. Look, Tre Jones, he's a nice young player, backup point guard. He's 25, averaged 10 and 6 last year when he was getting minutes. But after they added Chris Paul, his minutes went all the way down, and he's, coming off the bench this year. But he's still only 25. He's the brother of Tyus Jones, by the way, point guard for the Suns. And then Zach Collins, again, a backup big here, 27 years old. He's decent. Can give you some quality forward/center minutes. And then Kevin Huerter, he's a sharpshooter. He's 26 years old. He's also a bench player. So you got 3 bench players back in return, and you got your own first-round pick. So the own first-round pick, let's talk about that. The Bulls literally got their own pick. They didn't even get the Spurs first-round pick. So they had a protection on their pick, which was top 10. Basically meaning if the Bulls pick did not finish within the top 10 order of the draft, it was going to go to the Spurs. Now, if the Bulls finish 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever the case may be, they get to keep the pick. Now, I think they would have kept the pick regardless because I don't think the record would have been very good, but the protection is off. So, overall, it's not a great return for Zach LaVine, but at the same time, you can only get what the market's willing to give you. You got some players here. Hopefully, you can flip for other pieces, but you're just trying to tank, man. I'm just happy that the Bulls actually traded LaVine, and I want Vooch to be next so we can actually tank, be bad, and give our young, promising players like a Matas Buzelis some serious playing time. Because I'm so tired of being a play-in team year in, year out. Every single season, it's the same thing, right? You're 8th, 9th, 10th seed, and you're competing for a play-in spot. You get eliminated in the play-in or in the first round, and then that's it. So, you got to stop the cycle. So, Zach needed to go. Love Zach. One of the only few players averaging 24 points per game this year on 50% shooting, 40% from 3. I think the other ones are like Jokic and KD and Towns. He's having a fantastic year, man, and he gets to reunite with his buddy DeMar DeRozan. The Kings might be the Bulls out west. So, they have a nice little team out there, but I don't know how far they're going to go. But whatever the case may be, as far as the Bulls, I'm happy that they moved off Zach. Let's get Vooch out next. And as far as the compensation, it was not great, but it wasn't absolutely terrible. All right, that's what I'm going to say. So usually I'm very, very hard on the Bulls. You know that with AK and ME. I think they've done a terrible job here in Chicago. But, you can only get what the market is willing to give you. They probably were not going to get a first-round pick back in return for Zach LaVine, even though that's what they wanted. As far as the other teams here, for the Kings, man, they needed to get off De'Aaron Fox because he basically told them, without telling them, right, indirectly, that he's not going to re-sign with the team. And he wanted to go to the Spurs or the Rockets, so they sent him to the Spurs. Now, 3 firsts and 3 seconds, man, that's a nice, that's a nice return they got. So the Spurs paid a hefty price tag here, man. They could have gotten LaVine for much cheaper. And he probably would have been a better fit because now you got Fox and Chris Paul. So is Fox going to play the 2? Is he, is Chris Paul coming off the bench? We'll see. But, that's a nice little duo there with Fox and Wemby. And then as far as the Kings, you got Zach LaVine, who's going to slot in the starting lineup alongside, Malik Monk at the point, DeMar DeRozan at the 3. You got Sabonis there, and then obviously you got Murray. So it's a nice little team. Again, I think Bulls out west, not really going to do much. But overall, folks, a decent trade. Not a home run by any means. But I feel like a lot of people are going to look at this trade and say, oh my God, it was absolutely horrible, horrendous, terrible return. And it wasn't great. But man, oh man, I don't think they were going to get much for Zach LaVine because of that contract, because they've been trying to trade him for a very, very long time. So let's just be happy that they at least traded him, and we are hopefully getting bad real quick and real soon. All right, so let me know what you guys think, man. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts as always. Thanks for watching.